Ever feel like no matter what you do, someone always has something to say? Well, you are not alone. If you get fat, people think you eat too much. If you're thin, people think you have an eating disorder. If you dress well, you show off. If you dress simply, you're poor. If you're serious, you're boring. If you're funny, you're immature. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you're single, people think you're lonely. If you're successful, people think you're arrogant. If you're struggling, you're lazy. If you're honest, people think you're naive. If you're dishonest, you're untrustworthy. And the list goes on. Well, if you felt weighed down by others' people's narrow perspectives and unsolicited criticisms, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, judgment from others is pretty much inevitable. People will always have opinions about how you look, what you're doing with your life, who you're dating, how you spend your money, and so on. But here's the empowering perspective shift. Their judgments actually says way more about them and their own insecurities than anything about you. Other people's unhelpful opinions are simply a reflection of their own limited viewpoints and hang-ups getting projected outward. So how can we navigate this minefield of criticism and misguided expectations? It starts with a simple yet powerful mindset shift. Focus on what feels fulfilling and authentic to you, not what you think will satisfy someone else's misaligned opinions. Instead of chasing external validation that will never feel fully satisfying, get clear on your own core values, passions, and visions for what lights you up. What activities, pursuits, or ways of showing up feel most true to who you are. Once you get that clarity and self-awareness, everything else can start falling into place. For example, when it comes to your body and personal health fitness goals, forget what the critics or loudmouths say. Pursue nourishing yourself through diet, exercise, and self-care. Not because you want to fit into someone else's mold, but because it feels good and aligns with your authentic values. With your life's work and career, don't let anyone tell you what's practical or judge your ambitions. Go after whatever path ignites your passion and drive. Whether it's an unconventional creative pursuit or a more traditional stable career, there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to finding fulfillment through your work. On the financial front, build your relationship with money, not around keeping up appearances or buying your way into acceptance from others, but in service of your core priorities like security or freedom. Conspicuous consumption to prove yourself is an empty path. When it comes to platonic or romantic relationships, be extremely wise about who you let into your world. Surround yourself with the people who actively support and celebrate you, not those who nitpick or bring you down out of their own insecurities or judgment. Investing quality time in these uplifting relationships is what matters. And we can't discuss judgment without talking about social media, where the comparison game is never ending. It's so easy to start questioning your life looking at those highlight reels. But remind yourself, you're only ever seeing the carefully curated clips, never the full behind the scenes reality. Share your authentic self online, but don't let those like counts or filtered photos define your worth. On a broader level, there will always be friends, family members, co-workers, people who have own sort of expectations and judgments about you quote-unquote should be living your life. And you know what? That's okay. Let them have their perspectives. Just don't inadvertently make their expectations into limitations for yourself. At the end of the day, your life is your masterpiece to create. So paint it boldly with the colors, textures, and elements that feel most true to you. Prioritize and embrace the quirks, imperfections, dreams, and identity makers that resonate rather than suppressing them to please others' judgments. Because here's the powerful truth. The more time and energy you spend fruitlessly worrying about and second guessing yourself based on what others think, the less you actually have left to live fully according to what you want. It's like running a race while constantly looking over your shoulder. You'll keep stripping over your own feet and missing out. So today, I challenge you to let go on of that overthinking and relentless need for perfection. Judgmental people's misguided expectations for how you should look or what you should be doing. Water off a duck's back. Embrace your quirks, flaws, and beautiful imperfections. And remember, the only critique that truly matters at the end of the day is the voice of your own inner wisdom and truth. You get to be the author of your own story. And the best way to truly become limitless is listening to that inner voice guiding you towards fulfillment on your own terms, not someone else's misguided judgment of how you should be doing things. As you navigate the choppy waters of life, remember that the only validation you truly need comes from within. Let go of the need to please everyone and embrace the beautiful mess that is you. Choose your path, wear your confidence, and live a life that fills your heart with joy. It's time to silence the critics, both external and internal, and unleash your limitless potential. So go out there and be unapologetically yourself. Because, my friends, the world needs your unique light to shine. So don't be afraid to show your most genuine, authentic, and vulnerable self. Be you, be awesome, and be fearless.